Okay, so I know April Fool's obviously is on April 1st, and that was like on Monday, but I guess in some ways we could basically consider this kind of like the April Fool's video because, yeah, we got this game because our kids are obsessed with Bluey, and we got it, and I was like, well, I know what I have to do now, so yeah, today we're gonna talk about the Bluey video game. So let's get into the story. Obviously, story is very basic. It's basically just kind of like playing out a few Bluey episodes essentially. The overall thing is just like it's the holidays, I guess, and the kids are just trying to make it the best holiday ever. It's a video game for kids. I don't know what you expect for a story. That's really the base of the story. But anyway, let's move on to the gameplay. The gameplay for this game is of course very simple. You just have, your basic walk around, you can pick up objects, you can jump on some stuff. If you're playing as Bluey or Bingo, the two kids, you can climb up on Bandit and Chili, who are the mom and dad. And then of course you have like the mini games such as, Keepy Uppy, where you're keeping a balloon in the air, and another one of the ground is lava, so you just have to jump around and kind of make sure you don't touch the ground. And then you also have like it's a thing in the show where they have this xylophone that they call a magic xylophone, and you hit it and say freeze and then they'll freeze. So you have that as a mini game as well. But yeah, otherwise gameplay is pretty simple. Now, honestly, for the way the game looks visually, I think it looks pretty great. Like they made the environments and everything 3D while still keeping in with I hate the word, but the aesthetic and overall look of how the show is. And the models are obviously 2D, but I think that was going to be the best way to just go about that. Like, if it was 3D, they'd probably look kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm glad they kept those 2D. And yeah, it makes the hats kind of sit weird because the hats you can get in the game as collectibles for collecting so many stickers and everything. Yeah, they're 3D modeled, so they look kind of weird sitting on the 2D models, but it's a kid's game. It is what it is. For something like that, they were gonna have to figure out a way around it. And it's like I said, honestly, I feel like it would be terrible and probably nightmare fuel looking if they did try to make it 3D. I mean, I guess maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but definitely sticking with 2D was better. Now, of course, you can't move the camera around either. It's not side scrolling because you can go like back and forth, like closer and farther away from the screen. But yeah, it's all pretty basic. And like I said, honestly, the game, it looks good. The graphics, they match with the show and everything. So it's what you would expect. So let us move on to my thoughts and opinions. The gameplay. Don't mind if you hear my dog eating over there, she got hungry, but yeah. So this game, obviously, when I played it, I was looking at it with the lens of, this is clearly a game made for maybe like kindergarten, around that age, like very young children. Obviously not a game made for almost 29-year-old adults. So that is definitely something I am taking into consideration when doing a review for this game. But really, as someone so I'm not like a hardcore fan of Bluey in the sense like I don't buy merchandise for myself, I don't watch the show without the kids and everything, but I like the show in that it's not a bad kids show, it's got good messages, it's entertaining to watch, it's not like a Peppa Pig or a Caillou thing, it's a good show. Like, I mean, even a bunch of adults really love it, but I'm not one of those super fan adults, but I watch it because my kids, they absolutely love it. And I think in some ways, I would say kind of why I actually did enjoy my time and everything with this game is one, I like collectathon stuff, you know, that can be fun and satisfying to collect everything. But two, I really like slice of life stuff. Like animes in high school, I watched K-On! And Lucky Stars so many times because I love slice of life. The Office, probably like my favorite TV show. It's a mockumentary kind of like slice of life thing. I play Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon. Like, I don't know why, but I have always really loved like slice of life, kind of mundane, boring, you could argue, watching people just live their day and everything. And just go throughout the day, not necessarily, you don't need any like superpowers or anything supernatural or anything like that going on or any fantasy. And honestly, like the Bluey game, it really does hold to the show. Like it already talked about, you know, art and graphic wise, the fact that it's just very simple and the way like the episodes play out and the little mini games and everything. Like this game is full of, if you've seen the show, a lot of references to it. Like as someone who's seen it a million times over and I know like all the dogs, like all the characters' names in the show, and like I know way more about Bluey than I would care to admit, but it's like so many things that reference, like they have, you know, you play the game Keepy Uppy and certain stickers you find, there's like the unicorn sticker, and they have things even like in the house or like locations they go that are kind of iconic to the show. Like you go to the park, you go to the creek, you go to a beach. You've got some of the characters that aren't just, you know, the main four healer family. Like there's a ton of stuff that is in reference to the show and not in a way of just kind of being like, oh yeah, look, you remember that from the show. Like it feels like it's in there, how do I describe this? In a way that makes sense that they're making, sorry, my dog's down here, these callbacks to the show. And honestly, the whole game, like, I wouldn't really even say it feels like a cash grab. It does feel like a genuine attempt at making a game for, you know, kids who really like Bluey. Now there is some weird things I kind of talked about it, such as, you know, the controls and the NPCs can be a little wonky, but let's be real, there are like AAA made for adult games, looking at you, Skyrim, where controls can be really wonky, the NPCs can not always work quite the way they should, so the level it's at is not like insufferable and just showing like, oh, they didn't care, you know, just because I don't believe in that just excuse quality and everything just because it's made for kids. Like, they did pretty good. Like I said, some of the way the NPCs move and, you know, some of the trying to jumping is a little weird, but it's nothing unplayable. Like, I was still able to perfectly easy beat the game and get all the collectible like stickers and whatnot. So it's nothing that's terrible. And like the NPCs, it's just kind of, the only real issue I had is one time like I needed somebody else to help push a boulder and I went to push it and Bingo like walked over like she was gonna help me push it, but then she walked away and I was like, what the hell? So then I just switched to the other side and then like the AI came and helped me pull it. So like, it's nothing terrible. Like the AI, I don't know why I keep saying NPC, but the AI, like it's not terrible. It's just kind of weird like that sometimes, you know? It's basically, I would say their AIs are set to like if you were playing Mario Party and you put them, like your opponents on easy. I would say that's basically how their AIs behave, but none of it, the whole game, like, it's not a competitive, it's meant to be a cooperative game, so it doesn't really hinder anything. And honestly, I do really like the fact that, you know, it is that kind of cooperative game, because we got this game, because, you know, our kids love Bluey, and we're like, hey, this is something when they're a little older they can play together, or even we can play with them, because, yeah, we have some couch co-op games, but stuff like Overcooked, that game is actually a lot more difficult than I ever thought it would be, so it'll be a little bit before they could play something like Overcooked with us, but you know, this Bluey game, it would be the perfect like gateway for young kids into video games and like bridging those two things together to, you know, maybe help you find common interest in something to do with your kids. So honestly, if you either have kids who like Bluey or you're essentially just one of the like super fan adults, I would recommend this game. If, you know, your kids are older, they don't really care about Bluey, you're maybe not so much into Bluey, as you would probably expect, the game is not for you. It's not gonna, this game I would argue isn't gonna make any fans of Bluey. Like watching the show, if you don't really know about Bluey, yeah, that could you maybe make you like it, but I would say the game is definitely made for you already like the show, or the show is watched in your house in some capacity, whether it be because you have kids or it's you. I definitely wouldn't say this game is gonna make any fans of Bluey. But honestly, I'm gonna give this game a 7.5 out of 10, because like I said, it's really not bad, super short, and easy to beat. So, you know, you can't go wrong with that. But anyway, that is gonna be it. Leave in the comments below, I don't know, maybe if you like Bluey or your kids like Bluey. Like, because as far as this goes for games that are made for like little kid shows, definitely this is far superior than things like Peppa Pig. I'm just gonna straight up say it. But yeah, go ahead and do that in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. You don't have to, but it helps to let me know what y'all are enjoying watching. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I upload every Friday. Twitch, Discord, Instagram, Twitter, second channel, all linked down below. Try to stream on Twitch pretty regularly, but the internet here can be really messy, so it doesn't always work the way I want it to. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!